Hi everyone, this is Sarfraz from Aristotle Prep, and we are looking at question 87 from the OG 13 Critical Reasoning chapter. The stimulus says in the United States, of the people who moved from one state to another when they retired, the percentage who retired to Florida has decreased by 3 percentage points over the past 10 years. Whenever you come across the term percentage in any argument, just be careful percentage of what. In this case, so it says the percentage who retired to Florida has decreased by 3 percentage points. So the percentage who retired is the percentage of people who are moving from one state to another after retiring, which would be a different number every year. Keep that in mind, unless told otherwise. So it is 3% of that number. So say last year of the total people who retired and moved from one state to the other, 10% moved to Florida. This year, only 7% have moved to Florida. Whenever any argument says the percentage is going down, keep one thing at the back of your head. Just because the percentage is going down does not mean the actual number is also going down. Because the overall number, the bigger number of which percentage we are taking, that overall number could actually be increasing for all you know. 10% of 1000 is less than 7% of 2000. So you can't just look at percentage in absolute terms. I'm talking so much because that is exactly what happens on GMAT argument that talk about percentage. So if I'm reading this argument and since I'm aware of that, and now you're also aware of that, the next time you read a percentage argument, just keep that at the back of your head. The moment I read this, I'm clear that something will come later in the argument that will say that the number has fallen, but the number may not have fallen. The percentage has fallen, the absolute number we have no idea. So let's read on now. Since many local businesses in Florida cater to retirees, these declines are likely to have a noticeably negative economic effect on these businesses and therefore on the economy of Florida. Simple conclusion that number of people coming to Florida or retirees coming to Florida has gone down. That is the assumption, by the way. Just the assumption is just because the percentage of retirees coming to Florida has gone down, the absolute number of retirees coming to Florida has also gone down. That is basically the assumption in the argument. And if that's happened, then of course these businesses in Florida will suffer. And what do we have to do? We have to weaken the argument. I'm telling you the way to weaken the argument is to show that the overall number has increased. The overall number of retirees who are moving from one state to the other, that overall number has increased. So even though the percentage has gone down, the actual number of people coming to Florida may be constant or may also have gone up for all you know. That is the answer to the question. That is how you weaken such arguments. We'll go through the options now. A says, people who moved from one state to another when they retired moved a greater distance. How much they move, how do we care? B says people were more likely to retire to North Carolina. Irrelevant. You see, a lot of the times you would have noticed if you've seen the other explanations I provide, I don't even read the option completely. Do I suggest you do so? I don't know. Up to you. I mean, one thing is clear that, for example, I eliminated A, I eliminated B just by reading a few words. It's possible that after I've read all five options, I still don't get the answer. Then I would go back and read those options completely. Has it ever happened? No. But just to tell you, that's what I would do. So, okay, A and B are out. C says the number of people who moved from one state to another when they retired has increased significantly over the past 10 years. That is the answer to the question. As I said, the overall number has gone up. So even if the percentage has gone down, the actual number might have gone up. D says the number of people who left Florida when they retired to live in another state was greater last year than it was 10 years ago. Actually makes things worse. It strengthens the argument because it says people actually are also leaving Florida and less people are coming to Florida. So Florida is doomed. But that's not the idea. So D is immediately out. E says Florida attracts more people who move from one state to another when they retire than does any other state. That's a general statement, but what about the numbers given to us? 10%, 7%, what about that? C is the only one that logically explains that and weakens the argument at the same time. That should be the answer to the question. On a difficulty scale of 1 to 5, I would give this one a 3.5. But please do keep in mind what I told you about percentages. Just because the percentage is going up does not mean or going down does not mean the actual number is also going up or going down. Have a nice day.